What is going on, RhymeStyle? And today I'm here with
ZZ Toasty.
And today we are going to be doing kind of a rant/defensive video because we both noticed the same thing today. And I know I've done this, I've mentioned this before. I know I've done a whole video about this before, and I mentioned a couple times here and there. But Toasty, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to be talking about how people are hating on Xenoverse, calling it Battle of Z2 and calling it all types of mean things. Like, why? Man, Xenoverse hasn't even technically come out yet. We got an alpha build from, like, what? Was it June or July? I think it was...
It was the same build from June when the game was first announced.
Yeah, when it was shown at E3, right?
Yeah, it was at E3, and I know this is like the 10% game build. So what they had at E3 was literally 10% of the game.
Yeah, and people are judging that, saying it's Battle of Z2 or that it's a bad game, it's clunky. It's all we hear all types of complaints now.
But the ones that bother me the most is I've seen people who say they haven't even played the beta. And they say this is Battle Z2. All right, let's break down Battle Z. This is what Battle Z is. And I'm sure you're going to agree with me.
Yeah.
Battle Z is, first of all, it's not a fighting game. I always like to call it an arcade game because a fighting game has actual mechanics. You know, you can dodge, you have special attacks, you have ultimate attacks. You can, like, you know, do actual fighting game stuff. Yeah. Battle Z was literally 2 buttons. It had a dash button and a punch button and also a key button and also a super button. So I guess four attacks. But it's really just 1 button you're pressing the whole time. Xenoverse it's not that at all. Like, Xenoverse has a fully functional fighting system. You can dodge. You can actually dodge in the middle of attacks. You can do your own combos. Do you guys understand? In Dragon Ball Xenoverse, you can create your own combos. Like, not do combos that are like set and created in the game. You can actually create your own combos how you want to, which is like new for a fighting game. Yeah. Like, this game gives you absolute freedom, and I feel like a lot of people are going to miss out because I don't know why. I don't know where it came from, but a lot of people are pointing fingers at the game saying it's going to be just like Battle Z2, and they're already disappointed before they even played the alpha. Like, that's what blows my mind.
Yeah, wasn't it, like, I'm just making sure, was it not being made while Battle of Z technically was in development already? Like, a lot of people are saying it's like a sequel to Battle of Z or whatever, and, like, Dimps has been working on this, I think they said for 2.5 years, if not, like, just 2 years. Yeah. That's a long time.
It's 3 years now. It's even 3 years now.
It's like... So, how could it ever be like if anything, Battle of Z was like because it seems more like Battle of Z took less time to make, and it seems like it came out a lot quicker than Xenoverse has. Xenoverse has been planned for a very long time because Dimps usually makes like 1 Dragon Ball Z game, at least now it seems like they make 1 Dragon Ball Z game every single generation, and it seems like Xenoverse is their new, like, it's sort of like this generation's Burst Limit, except it's a 3D game and it plays somewhat like a 2D game, or at least it plays a little bit more like Budokai, kind of mixed with Tenkaichi, but it's a lot less on the Tenkaichi side than Budokai.
Yeah. And the other thing, let's break down what Battle Z furthermore, because so here's the big difference between Battle Z and Xenoverse right now. So Battle Z was as simple as it gets. There was no transformations in the game. Every character was limited to only like 2 or 3 attacks. The character roster was awful. There wasn't even local multiplayer or like the ability to charge a key. Like, Battle Z is a terrible game, and I don't understand how all those elements I just mentioned are like the opposite in Xenoverse. Like, Xenoverse has mid-battle transformations. It has a bunch of attacks. There's over 200 attacks that you can choose from for your created character, as well as many attacks are available for each character within a roster. And although we don't know how large the roster is going to be, but I heard that the character roster for Xenoverse is going to be pretty freaking big. Yeah. So, and on top of that, there's local multiplayer, and you can charge key. How are these 2 games getting mixed up in the same freaking bowl? I don't understand.
They don't have they're not the same engine, they're not the same, like, they weren't even built the same. Like, Xenoverse is made to be a 1v1 game, and then they made it 3v3 and 2v2 just for fun, because they know people like group battles. And Battle was made like that from the beginning.
Which actually takes me to the next point. Like, Dimps and Bandai Namco are going to do everything in their power to listen to us as a community and give us what we want. So I don't understand how people are unhappy with this game so far. It's not even out yet, first of all. But people are already unhappy with the stuff that we've gotten with Xenoverse, and Xenoverse is literally giving us everything we want as fans. We got transformations, we got multiple team battles in the same match. Like, they're literally giving us everything we want, like the best of all worlds in one bundled up Dragon Ball Z game, which I think is going to be amazing in the end.
Yeah, that's the problem though with the DBZ community. They don't know what they want. They don't. I've always found it funny how the Naruto community and DBZ community are so opposite, and their roles are completely different too. Like, you probably know the Naruto games for like last fucking few years have been the same, pretty much. And DBZ games have all technically been different, mostly, besides Raging Blast 1 and 2, because that's a sequel. every single one of them has been different. DBZ people don't like change. They want the same game over and over again because they had a good game back in the PS2 days. So they want the same game over and over again. While the Naruto people just want something different. It's like, it's such a weird thing to happen. But yeah, like they just don't really know what they want. They just want the BT3 again in HD, and that's really all the DBZ fan base usually asks for.
You know what? And I know this is probably going to come back and haunt me later, but I'm gonna stand behind this when the game comes out. I believe that Xenoverse is going to be the best Dragon Ball Z that we are going to get past BT3. Like BT3 is forever going to be my favorite game, but BT3 is retired. BT3 they're in the Hall of Fame right now. There's no game that's going to be better than BT3. But in terms of like the best game that we're going to get, Xenoverse is as good as it's going to get. Yeah. And it's because number one, Dimps and Bottom Namco listen to us. Number two, it's just it has all the elements that we want. Yeah. It has like here's how I feel about Battle Z. Battle Z to me, I would have been okay with Battle Z if it had one thing, and that was the ability to dodge in the middle of attack. The thing that sucked about Battle Z is once someone starts punching you, you're just stuck there. Like that's why the game was terrible. And the fact that you can actually teleport out of attacks or do counters and do actual stuff that fighting games have, it's two different games.
Yeah.
How is this Battle Z?
I think that it's probably just the running on the ground that people think. It's like, oh, you can run on the ground. It's Battle Z 2. You can see it. It's Battle Z 2 because you can run on the ground. Like, what?
Oh, man.
It's crazy, but I don't know. They are literally two games that are made completely differently. One is made by a company, first of all, we have never seen a bad DBZ game from Dimps besides the Dragon Ball Evolution game, but that's only because it was Dragon Ball Evolution story. The gameplay of itself was actually good. Every game that has come out of Dimps for Dragon Ball Z has always been good. Every single one. You can't name a bad one. And
wait, who made Kinect? DBZ for Kinect, do you know?
That was Spike. Spike
cool.
made all of the games up until Battle of Z.
In that case, yeah, Dimps has a flawless record.
Yep.
Dimps has a flawless record.
Ardink was a first of all, they are a first-time developer. First of all, they're not known for having good games in the first place. Their games are known to not be that great. They were the first-time DBZ developer, and they've never done it before. They made a game that was mediocre in many fans' eyes, and a lot of people now, even though Dimps has made so many good DBZ games, they're the only company so far for DBZ that has made only good games. Yep. And people still will doubt it, mainly because of all the hype. And that could partially be our fault, I'm not going to lie, because we do hype the game up a lot because we're excited for it. But they probably think that because it's so hyped up, it's either cool to hate on it, or they think it's just too good to be true. And since we've gotten disappointed by so many games in the past for DBZ, especially in the recent years, they probably think it's just going to be bad, and they should just lower their expectations. So if they do buy the game, then they won't be disappointed.
Which, let me just go ahead and say, as a Dragon Ball Z fan, I've been a Dragon Ball Z fan since I was 9 years old, which is a freaking long time.
7 years old.
As a Dragon Ball Z fan for that long, I will tell you right now, I fully stand behind what Dimps and Bottom Namco are doing with Xenoverse, because everything that they've shown me so far, I am excited about. Like, this isn't just hype because it's a new DBZ game. This is hype because it's a good DBZ game. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's, like, give it a chance. And also, I will say this. I will get this. I will say this because I get why some people are upset based on seeing the footages, because, you know, most of the footage online right now on YouTube, which I guess is partly our fault too, is beta footage. And the beta was, like I said, was 10% of the game. You know, there's a lot of clunkiness in terms of fighting mechanics. Sometimes you were just punching air, but you were still hitting each other. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that the beta has probably caused, like, you know, people to question, you know, if this game was gonna be good or bad. But remember, it's the beta. It's not even a beta. It's the alpha. That was the alpha.
It was an alpha build.
The whole purpose of an alpha was to, like, you know, create something, to create a skeleton for the final version of the game. And if you guys seen the footage from IGN that came out at Comic-Con a couple of weeks ago, the footage of the fighting mechanic is so much cleaner already. Yeah. And that was just like probably like a couple weeks after the beta ended. Like, think about how much cleaner and nicer the final version of the game is going to be.
Yeah. I think also mainly because a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, dude, it's clunky and all that stuff. And I think that it's also because when people say it's an alpha, people probably think, oh yeah, but it's not going to get changed, because people think the term beta and alpha have always been misconstrued, at least nowadays. So now alpha could be pretty much like a few months before the game is announced, because not announced, but like before the game actually comes out. Because back in the days, alpha meant like game was not even really started at all, and like they were just started coding it last week. So alpha is kind of a loose term, but it really was an alpha, and it actually does have a lot more ways to go. And I think that it still can even get even better from here on out until it comes out in February. Even though people think that it won't get any better, right now they're probably just shipping it, they probably think, and that's it. The game's finished. That's it. But that's not how it is. They're still developing it. They're still working hard on it. Trust me. Right now as we speak, they're probably working on it right as we speak, trying to make it the best DBZ game.
Like, if you choose not to get this game, it's whatever, but at least give it a chance. At least wait until February rolls around, or until we have something that's more like, all right, this is the final version of the game, before you start judging it. But, I mean, at the same time, we also don't want to, like, if you don't want to get it, don't get it. Both me and ZZ Toasty, we're happy. We're freaking excited for this. We're going to get this game regardless.
We're excited for this game.
We're very excited about this game, and we're not here to convince anybody. We're just here to say, look, at least give it a chance. Don't be blind about this. Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up skipping out on this game, and you're going to end up realizing months down the line, you know what, this is a good game after all. I should have gotten this when it came out. And that's why we want to avoid that. Like, we want to tell you guys that this is a really good game. Just give it a chance. Anything you read online that it's like Battle Z 2.0 or whatever, ignore it, because it's not. Yeah. It's not.
Please, just don't take only one person's opinion to heart and think that it's truth. Opinions differ, trust me. Someone can hate, I'm not going to name names, but somebody can hate the game, and you may love it, and you don't know because you took that person's opinion so hard that you missed out on a game that you like.
You know what? It's a good point, actually. I did not get Raging Blast 2 when it came out. Because I actually looked at it, and I remember I read an opinion online. I was like, oh, Raging Blast 2 is not a good game. And because of that, I am not getting the game. I didn't get the game until months after it came out. And then when I did get it, I was like, holy crap, I wasted all this time because of something that I read online. And I assumed that it was a bad game. Raging Blast 2 was a good game. And I skipped out. I essentially almost skipped out on it because I thought it was going to be a bad game. So just give it a chance. Go try it out. If a demo does come out, download the demo, play it, like give it like a full chance. Don't completely dismiss it, because I promise you're going to regret it. Because this is, like I said, I fully stand behind this, but this is going to be the best DBZ game we're going to get since BT3.
Yeah, and if it delivers on every cylinder that I think that it's going to deliver on, in my personal opinion, I think it's going to be better than BT3 in my eyes. Mainly because even if we get 100 characters, well, a lot of the characters in BT3 are the same, or they're just copies of each other, or they're just useless. So, honestly, I would rather have 100 characters that I care about than 151 that half of them I don't care. So, yeah, I hope that this game really delivers, and let's hope that we don't actually get disappointed. I don't think I'll be disappointed, because I played the beta and I enjoyed it a lot. So, and
I was sold on the beta, like not even beta, the alpha. I was sold on the alpha, and that's how I know it's gonna be a good game. Like, if the alpha was that good, the final version of this game is just gonna be magnificent. Yeah, and that's I'm ready for it.
This is without a doubt the best one since RB2. First of all, that's like something you can get out of the way instantly, because every game since RB2 has been trash, or it's been like really niche, like Battle of Z, or some people even say Ultimate Tenkaichi. But I'm just like, huh.
I'll even tell you that I enjoyed the alpha more than RB2.
Yeah,
and that says something.
Because there's more depth to it. It feels like there's more depth to it instead of, like, because obviously there is depth to RB2. If you play online and stuff, there is a lot of depth to RB2. But in my opinion, Xenoverse could be a lot deeper, especially because the fact that you can make your own combos and all that stuff it's just great.
Folks, do you understand what we just said? You can create your own combos. Like, however you want to play, you can literally do how you, like, this is your chance to be a Z Warrior. Like, this is the closest thing that we get to living in the Dragon Ball Z universe that we'll ever get. Like, think about that. You should be hyped for that. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you will like this. If you're not, then, well, you might still like it anyways. Like,
just try out a demo if it ever comes out, or if there's another network test and they maybe allow 40K people in this time. Just try it. See if you like it. If you don't like it, then honestly, it's okay. If you don't like it, then that's good. Just make sure it's your own opinion first.
Yeah, because like I said, the only reason I decided to do this video in the first place is because we both see it. We see this every single day where people are just like dismissing it. And we just wanted to, we feel like if we don't say something, then, you'll end up missing out, and we don't want you to miss out, because this is going to be a hell of an experience as a fan, and I guarantee you that you will end up liking this. So,
It's even worse when people say Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta pre-order DLC. Not buying the game. Like, what?
Ah, jeez. Do you have any last words?
Nah, I'm just saying, use your own opinion, please.
Yeah, yeah, same
That's
here.
it.
So yeah, so I guess from now, leave your comments in the comment section below, both mine and ZZ Toasty's videos. Of course, subscribe to him. I'll link his stuff in the channel. I mean, in the description below. And leave your feedback. Like, if you really think this is Battle Z, let me know why. And I guarantee you, whatever you say, I'm going to defend it. I'm going to tell you why it's not. So if you truly believe that this is going to be a bad game, let me know why, and I will show you why it's not going to be a terrible game, or why it's not going to be BOZ2 or whatever. Just leave your own feedback, and we'll interact around that.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, well, you guys are amazing. Make sure you punch that like button right in the face. Like I said, check out ZZ Toasty's channel in the description below because he makes some awesome videos. And yeah, we'll just take it from there.
Yep, that's all for today. That's all I gotta say for people on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to sub to RhymeStyle over here because he makes awesome content. He probably makes some of the best content in the DBZ community as a whole. So
just snap, thank you.
go check this guy out because he's hilarious and he's also awesome. So yeah, go check him out.
All right, guys. We will see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.
Peace.